Yo, what's going on, guys? Welcome back to the channel. Dark Rewind is back, baby. We're continuing on with our Friday 13th franchise breakdown, and got another one for you. Obviously, we're going up the line, and we are currently at Friday 13th Part 6. Jason Lives, released in 1986. All right, so before I get things going, I guess in my perspective of this movie, I will say I have a little bit more nostalgia for this one. Come right out and say that because that was the one I used to watch this one a lot as a kid. For some reason, I really liked the cover and the whole tombstone, and I don't know, it was just the one I used to watch a lot as a kid. And so I have a lot more um, soft spot for it. So I just can't give it a full, like, if it's anything negative, but I feel like there's nothing too negative about this movie, especially coming from part 5 and watching all these movies in succession the way I am currently. It's still gives me a different perspective, especially when you watch them all like the way I'm experiencing right now. It's a different vibe when you're watching all the Friday 13 movies. But and you enjoy them differently too, even if they're bad, you know. So like, yeah, but let's get to it. So, in the current horror climate, where meta horror, legacy sequels, and nostalgia reign supreme, Jason Lives feels more relevant than ever. In 2025, this sixth installment of Friday 13th franchise stands tall as a cult classic that was way ahead of its time. Well, not way ahead, but it was ahead of its time. I would say probably like Tom McLaughlin's Jason Lives reinvigorated the dying franchise in 1986 with a clever mix of gothic horror, self-aware humor, and after the supernatural resurrection of Jason Voorhees by lightning bolt, of course, the film fully embraces the character as an unstoppable undead force of nature, effectively birthing the zombie Jason era, aka what I like to call the gangsta Jason era, because this is the era where bodies are being split in half, heads are getting knocked off, ripped off, one hit punches through the body, cracked in half, body. It's the gangsta era, bro. Jason just walks forward, busts through doors, walls, all that stuff. So this is kind of my favorite era of Jason, the character, and yeah. So that's part 6 kind of begins that. But I would say what makes part 6 stand out is its tone. It's not just a body count movie. There's wit, visual gags, fourth wall breaking, and a slick pace, you know, that modern horror fans can enjoy. And I did notice the pace. Like, I didn't really notice it until like right now, actually reviewing these movies and breaking them down. The pace, honestly, is pretty solid, bro. Like, it's kind of like nonstop from beginning to end. And it can get a little stale because of the whole interaction with Tommy Jarvis, sheriff, you know, back and forth situation. But overall, it's pretty consistent from the beginning to the end. And I guess the only part that lacks for me is the actual quality of the kills aren't that great. There's some that are, it's more humorous to me. Like Jason will kill somebody but still throw them through the window and toss their body. Like, he just does something extra all the time. Or the way he just folded the sheriff in half, you know, I was like, damn, it was crazy. But and I did enjoy it. Or early in the beginning when that one couple, they pull up to him in the car, he just stands there like, what y'all gonna do? So I like that gangsta era, you know. I guess we'll talk about the Jason. CJ Graham's portrayal of Jason gives the killer a commanding, almost a mythic presence. He's brutal, precise, not remotely human, which kind of adds an extra layer of menace. And this Jason to me is less of a man, more of a grim reaper and a hockey man. And yeah, and a gangster in a hockey mask, really a gangster zombie in a hockey mask. That's the way we're gonna put it. The music still is very updated. more modern version of Friday 13th, but I think we have a some Alice. I think it's an Alice Cooper song in there, which adds that. How it just has that Friday 13th vibe to it. It gives it that campy feel. The movie still has the campy feel. You know, some people didn't like that the kids were in the movie. I can understand that. It didn't bother me too much because it is still like a campsite situation. So I understood it, but I get how it can be annoying to some people. So either way is cool. Um, but I can't say looking at it through a modern lens, Jason Lives is I would say the first Friday entry to balance horror and personality. Um, it's kind of where it's kind of like, how can I say this? It's like a fun Friday 13th that's still serious at the same time. Um, and when I say fun, it's like there's a little comedic relief to it, but then kills are kind of comedic. But it's very serious the whole time. And I guess the whole, like I said, to me, the Tommy and Sheriff interaction is kind of annoying. Like it was cool at first, but then it was like, all right, dude, we get it, you know. But we get it. You know, Tommy wanted revenge and got it. The ending was pretty cool. The whole, you know, Tommy coming with the plan to chain Jason down, anchor him down into the lake, bottom of the lake thing. The little final scene was kind of epic. You know, they were really working with something different, and I appreciated it. And I like the angle they went with it. And yeah, overall, you had your hooray, and the camera pans to Jason in the water, and his eyes are open, and we're off to part 7. But overall, solid Jason movie. Definitely better than part 5, but not better than part 4. Maybe tied with part 3. And since it's tied with part 3, I'm probably gonna have to give this movie Friday 13th, part 6, Jason Lives, 2025, 8 out of 10. That's my score. I'm sticking with it. It's pretty high, but not too high. It's not a 9, not an 8.5. 8.5 is like, it's a banger movie. The 8 keeps it right there. It has personality. It's fun. It's still serious. Kills could have been a little bit better, and the Tommy Jarvis situation is a little annoying after a while. But overall, pacing was excellent. The atmosphere was excellent. Can't complain. 8 out of 10. And yeah, this is Dark Rewind. I'm off to part 7, and stay tuned. We're going to keep breaking down this series. Thanks for watching.